Is this thing on?
Alright, welcome back. Laquisha by Bangs. Now this artist, I'm going to get it up right here, has fuck all monthly listeners.
I feel like I've seen this person before. And I know, obviously, I said it at the start of this recording, but
Yeah.
that name looks familiar.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Unless it's someone else that's similar to that.
It might be. I know that...
It can't be 50 monthly listeners and I know them. I refuse to believe that.
Like, I think the A upside down as a V is quite a popular
Yeah,
thing.
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, 50 monthly listeners.
That's an interesting looking album
Cover
artwork.
art. Yeah. Well,
What does it say on the back there?
I will keep my hands to myself over and over again.
Alright.
So, yeah, and it suits the aesthetic of the album and her sound very well. So I got this one off of the New Music Friday list on Reddit.
I like the name DJ Boogeyman.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, she's got a very unique voice. It comes across as very cold. I think it's like a combination of her accent and just like the careless, effortless like tone that she carries. And yeah, she just floats across the very original beats. There is some great beat picking within this album. Like they suit her very, very nicely. But she does have a habit of like making the rhyming words very obviously heard.
Right.
You know, so and that is a little bit annoying.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah. Oh, I like the song name. Don't You Dog Me.
That's a love song.
Is she Australian? That's a very Australian thing. Oh, don't dog.
Yeah, it is. But no, she's not Australian. I don't know where
like
she's
American,
from.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this cool little theme throughout. It happens in PTA and I think Laquisha, the title song.
Right.
Where there's like a recording of a voicemail message usually left by like a teacher or a principal at her school when she was a child saying like, she's going mental.
Oh.
Nothing I do can settle her down. You need to come and pick her up.
To her mum.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and that sort of plays in with like this character that she's building of a very hard, you know, sort of uncontrollable woman.
Right, okay.
With like the cover art up here as well. She's obviously hit this boy.
Poor boy.
And has had to write lines, I will keep my hands to myself.
Right.
And yeah, I really like that. But I think there is a lot of room for improvement.
Yep.
And not in the writing as well. She is a pretty talented wordsmith. I'll play a little bit of Boomerang in a bit.
Oh, I like the name of that. Boomerang. With Eto.
Yep. He sounds pretty cold. But improvement more so in the more technical aspects of recording.
Right.
The mixing could be quite a bit better. There were quite a few points where there would be like a riser in the beat, and I wouldn't be able to hear her over that. It'd just be drowning her out. Like the start of Morning Blues is a big example of that. And I think an upgrading of recording equipment as well. The album did have a bit of a Dat Piff vibe to it.
All right. That's going to come with time, isn't it?
Yeah,
time
exactly.
And exposure, so.
Yeah. And like I know upgrading equipment isn't always possible as well. Like when we first started, we had some very cheap mics in here. They were like $30 USB mics, and they were just meant to be like a just for now kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we've used them longer than we have these.
There you go.
Yeah, the temporary solutions are often the most permanent.
Oh, mate, it's like Shakespeare.
But yeah, I definitely do think that will help with the overall sound as well. There were never any times where I heard like noises or anything in the background of the vocals. Mm-hmm. So whatever she's using for soundproofing, whether it be like a proper booth or like a linen closet,
right,
it's working. But there is like a bit of depth to her voice that I can tell isn't coming across, and I think like a better mic would be able to work towards that, and I think that would help as well with the aesthetic of being just mean.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And there's also room for improvement in the enunciation. There's a few times where I can't understand what she's saying, but other than that, I think it's a very solid sound. I love the name, Bangs. That's pretty good. with the A upside down, it looks a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
I think that matches, like the photos that I've seen of her, matches the name, matches her aesthetic.
Right. All right. So let's hear a song then.
But like, you know how when you want to, say you finish a Rico Nasty album,
Right.
and you want a little bit more Rico Nasty,
Right.
pretty much your only options are more Rico Nasty.
Right.
Like, there's no one that really sounds like her.
Right.
This is like the start of that.
Oh, all right.
So I can definitely see this being a very original sound.
All right.
So yeah, I'm going to play Boomerang a little bit. Yeah, so that's the chorus. I'll show you Ito as well. Yeah, the trumpet suits him perfectly. Yeah, very, very original beats. And it's a very original, like, voice.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, it's very. I think if she picked up the picked up the tempo a bit.
Yeah, I agree
with like
with that.
with a sort of more with a faster beat.
Yeah.
You could really have something there. But the groundwork of like a very grimy artist.
Yes,
is right there.
It's like a female Griselda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. But yeah, so I'm going to rate it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Fair play, Bangs.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in later today where we're going to be reacting to some YouTube videos, some quizzes.
All right, let's roll.